I'd been looking for an excuse to get this particular horn out. This is a Leopold Uhlmann instrument. I've got a couple by Uhlmann. I'm looking for an excuse to get the other one out as well, and you'll see they're quite different, the two instruments I've got. Leopold Uhlmann was a very, very active maker in Vienna from sort of around about 1830s to 1870s. So he had quite a considerable career. He's most famous for being the inventor of the Vienna valve, the double piston valve, and sometimes at first glance, because you've got these very, very long rods here, some people have thought this is a Vienna horn. It's actually a silver-plated rotary valve instrument. You can just see the rotary valves there. If I show you the back of it, you can see how it operates. This is a really lovely instrument. For various reasons, I was kind of keen to find some Schumann I could play on it. Partially because Schumann has this bumper year in 1849 where he's obviously just cottoned on to the valve horn and writes a series of quite exceptional pieces, starting with the Adagio and Allegro, concerto, the Conzertstück for four horns. Then the following year he writes this hunting song for male voice choir and horn quartet. And whilst all these pieces are very much using a lot of the traditional hunting idiom that you associate with this instrument, it's very much that Schumann establishes a new musical language for the instrument. So that year of 1849 and his works, plus this idea that there are makers such as Leopold Uhlmann who were really starting to develop the valve horn. I mean, it had been invented right at the beginning of the 19th century, but it takes quite a while for the instrument in the various forms to take off. So 1849 in Schumann is a very important year. However, my piano skills are absolutely no way close to any of Schumann's proper music for the horn. So instead, I, like a lot of these little videos, I kind of went sideways. So this is another piece from 1849, but it's the final movement, the Abendlied from the Conzertstück für kleine und große Kinder. And this is a piece that you see knocking around the horn repertoire. I've come across late 19th century French catalogues which list the chant de soir, so Abendlied, the evening song, by Schumann. So it was obviously a piece that horn players had gravitated towards. This transcription is actually from 1930s Russia. The frontispiece has a Workers of the World Unite banner on it. So it's Ivan Shishov's 1930s transcription for horn and piano. And like a lot of these videos, there's been various early recordings I've been investigating. And there is a really famous recording, I think from the 1920s, by the very remarkable violinist Marie Soldat. Marie Soldat was a pupil of Joseph Joachim, the violin player who's very much associated with Schumann. So there's a kind of interesting link between her incredibly expressive playing, absolutely beautiful with the portamento and slides and shifts and tremulous trill at one point. So we've got a late 19th century Leopold Uhlmann rotary horn playing a 1930s Russian transcription of a Schumann piano piece from his 1849 bumper year for horn players, with Marie Soldat, the pupil of one of Schumann's colleagues, as the inspiration for this week. So that's lots of time travelling and Russia and and Vienna and everything like that. But I think it works particularly well on this rather nice horn. And as I promise to get the other Uhlmann out at some point in the foreseeable future. If you're interested in hearing the other Uhlmann, or any of the other material I'm queuing up to share with you as I work my way through my collection of horns and my library of music, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll be able to catch up with more of my adventures with all these instruments.